Hello, so we're going to go ahead and make a toy box using Andy's Room's reference toy box. So first off, we're going to start with a cube. Then we're going to go ahead and press R for scale. And just go ahead and grab that blue box, just spread it out. So now we've made a nice rectangle. Now what we need to do is we need to hollow this out to make it a box. So we're going to right click and hold. We'll go to face mode. So again, right click and hold face mode. You're going to click on that top face, hold shift, and you're going to click that middle box. So what you guys want to do is you want to bring it in so you guys create this new geometry. So again, press R for scale, or this button, and then hold shift, and you should see an extrude button pop up when you say that. And then you're going to left click and drag to the left. If you click to the right, you're going to go this way. You don't want that way. So we're going to go inward. Now make the thickness of your box as thick as you want, because again, think about this. You're hollowing this out for a toy box. How much room do you want in there? How thick do you want the edge? So I'm just going to go a little bit like this. Now after you've extruded it, some people sometimes like to grab the faces and still even out the box more for the toy box. That's up to you. That's optional. So again, if you want to, not holding shift, you can scale the interior. So after we've got the thickness that we want for the edges, we're going to press W for move tool, or this button. And we're going to hold shift again so that extrude pops up, and you're going to drag it down. Now be careful, you don't want to drag it not enough, because then that looks like, why would we have half a box full? But you also don't want to go too far down that you go through the bottom. So again, just hold shift and try to go as far down as you can. If you ever make a mistake, you can always press Z. So again, try it out. If you make a mistake, Z lets you go back. So now we got a hollowed out box. We can use this for a lot of applications. You could use this for, go back to object mode. You could make this into a regular box. You can make it into a planter. Uh, there's a lot of applications you can use this for. But we're going to go back to our rectangle. Now we're going to make the lid. So now if you look at the lid from Toy Story of Andy's Room, it looks very much like a wagon. So he has one of those wagon Toy Story. So most of our reference here shows a wagon toy box. So to get that wagon shape, the best way of doing that is just creating a cylinder. And then again, we're going to press E to rotate the object. And now you guys can either press E or you can push this button right here. And then you want to drag it towards you. You want it to face you straight on. So again, one more time, you want to drag it and face you straight on. It's okay if it's not 100%, as long as you can get a straight on shot. Because what you're going to do is I'm going to press W for the move tool, or right here. I'm going to pull it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to face mode again. So again, right click and hold and go to face. And I'm going to just drag and select the bottom half. Now this is why you got to be careful. You guys can see I didn't select it right, and it's because my angle is pretty bad. So I'm going to try to get a better angle. Look at that, perfect. So now if I press backspace, I have my wagon top. So I'll do that again. Go to face mode, drag and select. If you select more than you want, you can always hold shift and deselect. So for example, if I selected this too, I can always hold shift and deselect. I also can just always click out and start again, or always press Z. So I'm going to press backspace. I'm going to right click and hold and go back to object mode. I'm going to go ahead and press R for scale, or again this button. I'm going to go ahead and resize it. So again, these ones will pull and squish. This one will rescale in general. I'm going to go ahead and press W to move this down so I can line this up better. As you guys can see, it's still crooked, so I'm going to press E, which is this button for rotation as well. So I'm going to keep rotating and scaling until I get to the size I want for his toy box. Now, if you're going to open up the toy box, some of those pictures you saw were not open. So it was just perfectly shut, has this detail on there, and that's it. But if you want to put a stuffed animal or toy you made inside your toy box, you can press E for rotation, press W, and now you can move this to the edge here. Now, right here, we did a really good job of hollowing this out, and this would be any kind of box for any kind of program. This one, on the other hand, looks like it'd probably be like Nintendo 64 because it like has 3D elements, but then it's flat. There's no edge to the inside of the box. For this one, we can see inside the box. So to add edges inside, again, this is only if you're going to open up your box and you want your toy box to be open. You also could use this for animation too, where you have the box open up in your animation if you animate it. So if I want there to be a 3D rim on this edge, we're actually going to do the same techniques, but we're going to use edge mode. So I'm going to right click and hold and go to edge. And you see there's an edge that goes around this box frame. So if I hold shift and double click, it should select the whole ring for me. If it doesn't, just hold shift and go through and select the whole ring yourself. So again, you can try double selecting it or going through yourself. Once you hold shift and select it all, or you guys again double clicked and it selected it, you can go back to scale tool, hold shift, pull up that extrude button, and then you're just going to left click and drag inward. And that looks better. But then if you look at an angle, it still looks like Nintendo 64. So if I press W, I can hold shift and now I can pull upward again. So now if I look, there's an edge to it. So you can press W, bring your toy box down, lid. Make sure it's nice and straight. But now you have a nice toy box. You can texture it. You can put your toys in there that you've modeled. Again, you can always scale. So if you want your box to be thicker or thinner, depending on how you want, you probably need to scale both items to match. But there you go.